The caveman simply took a piss in the ocean, never expecting the stench would send fish leaping wildly in every direction. Seizing the easy meal, Nick dug in without hesitation, and the T-Rex wasn't idle either, scooping up mouthfuls in a single bite. Eager to stockpile food for the future, Nick started gathering what he could. But then, a massive fish caught his eye. With a sly grin, he moved in for the kill only for a pterodactyl to swoop in and steal his prize. Watching these towering creatures clash, Nick quickly ducked into a turtle shell for cover. The T-Rex, however, stood its ground, unfazed by the winged intruder thanks to its sheer size. The two predators locked in a tense standoff until an even greater danger emerged. A monstrous shark fin sliced through the water beside their raft. Then, with a violent surge of waves, gaping jaws erupted from the depths. It was the ocean's apex predator, the Megalodon. The colossal shark zeroed in on the T-Rex, and even the mighty dinosaur was no match for its brutal assault. After narrowly dodging a deadly bite, the T-Rex watched as the Megalodon turned its fury toward Nick. In one swift motion, the shark swallowed him whole. But in that desperate moment, Nick spotted a broken piece of the raft. With all his strength, he wrenched it free, crawled to the shark's gums, and timing it perfectly, drove the wooden shard deep into its flesh. Howling in pain, the Megalodon opened its jaws, and Nick seized his chance to escape. Before he could celebrate, a crushing wave plunged both him and the T-Rex into the abyss. The Megalodon wasn't finished. It charged again, jaws wide. Nick grabbed a nearby wooden stake and dove underwater, ramming it into the shark's sensitive nose. Enraged, the beast thrashed wildly, mustering one final, devastating lunge. Nick barely surfaced in time, gasping for air as he scrambled for a weapon. Then, with terrifying speed, the Megalodon erupted from the depths. Using the momentum, Nick launched himself upward like a spear, channeling a long-lost ancient technique, the Tyrant's Strike. He jammed the stake straight into the shark's eye, but not before its tail slammed into him with bone-shattering force. Seeing Nick's limp body sink, the T-Rex dove after him, dragging him back to the surface. But their relief was short-lived. A monstrous wave loomed. No creature, no matter how fierce, could defy nature's wrath. The tidal force tore them apart, scattering them into the churning darkness. Time blurred. When the T-Rex finally woke, it found itself washed ashore on a sandy beach. But Nick was nowhere in sight. It roared, calling for its companion, only silence answered.